when you want to manifest something in your life,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have a clear intention with an elevated emotion. And what's funny is the more I studied it, the more I realized my wife's done this her whole entire life, just because she always lives in this elevated state. Welcome to the Miracle Academy. This is your host, Scotty Cooper, and this is where miracles are expected. Welcome to the Miracle Academy podcast. This is your host, Scotty Cooper. Today I have one of my favorite guests. This is my wife, Kaela Cooper. So Kaela, I asked her to be on just because she is an amazing person and my other half, and I thought it'd be fun to have you on the podcast. So the big things that I kind of want to talk about with you is about how, first of all, you live your life and the way you found your passion with teaching. Yeah, let's just kind of start there. So why don't you tell everyone about what you studied and then how did you get into teaching?
So I was studying business marketing, and that's where I found my wonderful husband, Scotty. So that was a blessing in disguise. I really enjoyed marketing because I liked the whole designing aspect of it and speaking with people one-on-one and all that stuff, because I enjoy socially speaking with people and talking to people. And then, so I kind of got into that business and realized that it's a lot of social media stuff, online, computer, not a lot of one-to-one interaction. So I kind of got into the hospitality business, did a few jobs at hotels and stuff like that in the area. And I wasn't really enjoying myself, you know, from experience. I was not really.
I could tell that you like weren't in your passion. You enjoy it but I think that you like enjoy life in general, where a lot of people don't. So like people have thought like, oh, she enjoyed it, but it really wasn't your passion.
Yeah, I would see the good in it, and I had wonderful friends at work, but I wasn't getting up like ready to work kind of thing. So Scotty really sat me down, and we really had a moment and tried to figure out, okay, let's see what's my passion, what do I enjoy every day and not call it work. That was his big thing, was what do I see myself doing and not call it work. So I was thinking, I could see myself doing a lot of things, but what do you mean exactly, kind of thing. And he's like, just don't think about anything paid-wise, position, just anything. So I said, oh, I enjoy playing with little kids and doing arts and crafts. And then you said, that's what a kindergarten teacher does. So that really opened up my view on becoming a teacher and getting into the teaching career. So I did a little shadowing at St. Juliana's, your old elementary school. It's a small Catholic school down the street from where we lived. And I loved the family orientation, the vibes there. All the families were so supportive. All the teachers were so supportive, knowing that they knew Scotty and the Cooper family. And, you know, I fell in love with teaching right then and there. These kids, like, seeing their faces, like, made me enjoy life even more than I usually do. And just seeing them learn, and right when they get that sound or that word that they're reading, my face just lights up, and I just love seeing them grow and learn, and it just makes my day and makes me want to wake up in the morning.
Nice. So the cool thing about Kaela and my wife is that I did a lot of study in meditation and manifestation and those kind of things. And one of the guys that I look up to, that I've done a lot of training with, Dr. Joe Dispenza, talks about when you want to manifest something in your life, you have to have a clear intention with an elevated emotion. And what's funny is the more I studied it, the more I realized my wife's done this her whole entire life, just because she always lives in this elevated state. And so what's really funny is, why don't you share with everyone about, do you remember that week when we got engaged and you got your job? What was kind of the span of that weekend? Do you remember that?
It was just a wave of just like one great thing after the other. Like, Scotty surprised me with this wonderful engagement that I had no idea was happening. He had all my friends and family there, and it was a beautiful party and a wonderful celebration. And then I was like, okay, the next best thing that could have happened was I get a job as a teacher. And literally in that same weekend, I got the call, and they're like, Kaela, would you love to be a kindergarten teacher or the aide at St. Juliana School? And I go, of course. And also on top of that, would you like to be the director of extended care as well as at the school? And I was like, oh my goodness, of course. I really have a connection with daycare. My parents did have me in daycare growing up, and there's reasons for that, so I really connect with all the daycare kids and understand what they're going through and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's funny. And I think it was cool just because, like, you totally in that week had the most amazing things happening, and it's cool because, like, you know, we go to church and we go and see the school, and I see how all these kids come up to you and just love you, and they're so excited to see you, and it's really fun to see that, and it's fun to see you light up, and it's your passion, and I'm glad that I helped guide you with that.
Yeah.
But I do like, and I think a thing that a lot of people need to know is, like, if there's something you want in your life, that you just use an elevated emotion with a clear intention. You're just clear about what you want, and you were very clear. You had told me before that, you're like, well, I want to work at the school, and I want to be the kindergarten teacher or the kindergarten aide. And you're very clear, and you just focused on it all the time. And it's really cool, and I think it's a good example for me to remind myself, like, okay, you know, I've done all this study to learn these things, and then here the person next to me has been doing it her whole life, like
not even
realizing she's doing it. But that has been really cool for me, and it's cool too because the other thing that we do together is we made like a little thing called a mind movie, which is like a digital like vision board, and so the two of us watch our mind movie, and mind movie, it's its own company that you can use, but other people just use like iMovie or whatever you want. But she has one and I have one.
I watch it every morning before I see any social media, anything that I do. I focus on that and what I want in my life, and it will happen. Yeah,
and it's cool things, and it's like really meaningful things, and then there's also kind of fun things that aren't like
unnecessary things.
Yeah,
like just a car that I want.
Exactly, but it is a great way to live, and really fun.
Yeah.
So for you, what other things do you enjoy about the way that we live, the way we do things? Because I feel like we do things a little bit different than maybe other people do. So
yeah, as far as like health or just overall wellness.
Now, you know, the way we eat's a little bit different.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, we do, like, a ketogenic diet.
We have everything non-GMO, organic. Yes, ketogenic diet.
And I feel like your family has already been pretty healthy anyway. Like, you were raised in a house that was, you guys would eat very, like, fresh, and you'd eat healthy things, and you wouldn't eat a lot of processed stuff. But now, you know, you and I do a lot of that. You've been super good about what you eat now, and
I've been low carb. As a person from Hawaii and Japanese culture, I love my rice. So taking out carbs was a little bit harder, but I've been able to find alternatives like cauliflower rice or quinoa. It's been really yummy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's fun. And now she asked me like, oh, let's go to Costco and find like other organic meats, or like what else can we find?
Or the new ketogenic snack. Or...
Exactly. She's like, I found this store has this keto snack. Can we go try that? It's funny to do that. But the other thing too that is cool about you and I is that I feel like we both kind of do our thing, but and we're like great and we excel in what we do. But then when we're together, we're even better.
Greater.
Right. And I think that's even like when we were in college too, like you could go do your thing, I could do my thing, but then when we'd be together, and we weren't like dependent on the other person in this in the sense that like, oh, I need her to go somewhere with me, as much as it was just like we could do our own thing, but then together it's just added value, it's added love and amazingness.
Yes. We can be happy apart but even greater together too as well. So
yeah, and that's what I like too, and I think it's a good model for other people to see. Like the thing is, like, you know, we both are dedicated to our passions and we spend a lot of time with it, but then we also feel like we do a really good job of like being in harmony with our relationship and us spending time together.
And we've done a lot of great things together and hopefully starting a house together.
Yeah, definitely. So, this is the Miracle Academy podcast. So what miracles have you seen either in your life or in the lives of people that we get to interact with a lot that you've seen and enjoyed?
Well, my greatest miracle is being able to have met you at Pacific University.
Nice.
And just surrounding myself in this wonderful environment at Cooperstown Chiropractic. Everyone that steps into the room is just happy to be here, and that's what I want to surround myself with. It's very similar to my job. Everyone, all the kids, all the teachers there want to be there. They're motivated and to do great things, and it's wonderful and important to surround yourself with positive people, positive thinking, miracles all around me. And I love when Scotty comes home and tells me all the fun miracles that have happened at his job, and I'll tell him all the fun miracles that have been happening at my kindergarten class, like somebody made their A's correctly, or someone made the B the correct way other than the D. They get confused with that.
Nice. So that's one of the fun things too, is that like when we talk with you and your mom especially, like your mom's really good at seeing the everyday miracles in life, and it's something really fun that she does, because we tell her about like, oh, this happened, she's like, oh, that's amazing, that's a miracle.
I have to thank my mom a lot for all my positive thinking, because growing up she would never really talk about any negative things. She always looked at the good things, positive things in life, and kind of would block me away from a lot of bad things that were going on, and half the time I didn't even know bad things were happening because she made it something positive.
I think she just showed, I think both your parents showed you the way to live positively and to see like you could look at things like by changing your perception, you could see the bright side of things. And I think that you do a very good job of that, and you also show that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool because I feel like in our lives, like anywhere we go, miracles happen to us.
True.
Right? It's like, and you and I joke about that a lot, but it's like we go to the store and like you get a discount, or someone gives you flowers or whatever it is, like, but I think it has to do with the way we live our life and the way that we have that energy that is infectious, and people find it.
People feel it off of us.
Yeah. So how would you tell someone that maybe wants to feel that way? What would be your recommendation for how to live a life like that? Just
to look at the positive things, meaning like if anything negative comes your way, kind of just cut it off from there. I mean, not saying that nothing negative will ever happen in your life. There are negative things that do happen, but you kind of just have to, deal with that right then and there, and then cut it off. Don't bring it home. Don't carry it on your shoulder kind of thing, but then also move forward from there and just look at the positive things and surround yourself with positive things. But yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. You were a lovely guest.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this is my wife, Kaela Cooper, and I'm Scotty Cooper, and this is the Miracle Academy podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.